Alright, hello. This is an update for my juice cross current air. I got some new accessories from last time. Let's see where to start. Let's start off with the fenders. I got some Planet Bike fenders. I got a 45mm fenders because I couldn't get one for 60mm, but it works. It's wide enough. It fits. I do have the only problems I do have with the fenders are that first is the bolt here doesn't, the one that they gave me, it's too thick, so I had to go to the hardware store and buy something much thinner, and so it works. And I do have to do a little bit of bending just to make it work. If you can see, this is bent compared to the other side. And also, if you can see, there's one here, but there's not one here. I have to use a wire tie to just hold it. But other than that, it works. It keeps me dry. It doesn't rub off the wheel. So I'm happy with it. Let's say I also got a Ibera rack and a bag to go with it. Let's see. This is one of my old bags I got from Walmart. Again, it works. Got plenty of room to put all my junk in. I would normally put in my my computer, raincoat, and some food to use on a daily basis. So I have my my safety vest over there. Got my raincoat, and let's see, this is where I put my tools. It's small enough to fit my 21 amp battery here. It snugly fit like that. It fits. So, I also have this like little really skinny cable lock to, just in case somebody wants to steal my seat. And I just have a normal cable lock there again for quick stops. Let's say if I want to go to like 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts, get a cup of coffee, that sort of stops. I do have a big U-lock, but I am lucky enough to park my car inside my work, so I don't have to worry too much about bringing a big lock. And one last thing, I do have what is this? I forgot what it's called. That's the brand. But I usually put my phone, my wallet, my keys here. This is the battery for my light over there. Let's see. The light, I have the Nestling, forgot about this light, but it's supposed to have 2000 lumens. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's very, very bright. I have some motorists will flash their lights on me saying that, hey, your light is too bright. But I always make sure it's pointing downwards. But but sometimes they will still, you know, say, hey, your light is too bright. It has 3 settings, low, medium, high. The medium, I believe, is 700 is it milliamps? I don't know. Or lumens, 700 lumens, which is basically a regular headlight, and the 1000 lumen or 1200 lumen is typical to a high beam on your regular car. So yeah, this is a 1200 lumen light, not a 2000 lumen light. So 1200, again, don't quote me on that. That's what I read on the description. Again, it works. I would on a normal basis, I would normally just put it on low, and having 2 is bright enough and wide enough so I can see the ground and be seen. And this little guy here I only use as a flash on my daily morning commute. So, oh, and of course I also changed my saddle. There wasn't nothing wrong with the old saddle, but this is just more comfortable. Oh yeah, this do have another light here, but I only use that as backup if my main light here, if I forgot to charge it. Let's see, come on, turn on. There we go. I usually will set it like that. Oh, this, by the way, the Malin has a remote here. I can do left, right, turn it on and off here, up here. Let's see if I do a right turn. Yeah, right turn. You can see the bottom one is going to the right. So left turn and left turn. I try not to use the control here too much. I've noticed that it drains the battery much faster than just living as is. And as far as those turn signals, I don't really feel the difference that the drivers behind me can see it or they know what it means. But it works for me as long as you're seen. Oh, and one more thing, I read a lot of people what they complain about this Malin light is it doesn't work during daylight. Well, the thing is, there is a light sensor at the bottom here, and all you have to do is put a black tape over it, and so the sensor will always assume it's dark. So if you want to use it during daylight, it won't turn off on you to save battery. Okay, and lastly, I've been using this off and on for my work commute. Today wasn't much of a good day. Yeah, it's a little cold. It's around like 59 degrees right now, or something, or 60, I don't know. Oh, and I do have my speedometer. The cool thing about the speedometer is 55 degrees right there, if you can see it. Yeah, it tells me my speed, the temperature, what time it is, date. Okay, yeah, got the speed, time, date, and temperature, which is all that really matters to me. I don't really care too much about speed or distance. And lastly, if you can see that, it has a light. So if I'm driving at night, let's turn that off. Okay. I got this bike, I think early November, and I probably put in maybe, I don't know, maybe 500 miles. I just started using the speedometer lately, so that's not very accurate as far as how much I traveled, but so far I have no problems. I am 210 pounds, and I can do 28 miles per hour as advertised, but on some occasion I can do like 29 or 30 miles an hour. That's on flats, by the way, but on certain condition, especially let's say the wind's on your back, or you have a slight downhill, I've reached as high as 35 miles an hour on a downhill. But most of my route is mostly flat, so I don't get a chance too much on downhill rides. Let's see. Like I said, I don't really have much problem with the bike. Try not to ride it too much on rainy days, or I try to keep it clean as much as possible. The only weird thing I have is on the motor is there's this weird springing sound. I don't know if that makes sense. Like if you ever heard one of those spring sound while you're riding, yeah, it's weird. I know it's definitely coming up from the motor, but yeah, as far as effects wise, no, I don't really feel any weird effects. Ride is smooth and fast. I did one time hit a curb too hard when I was driving at night, and just, if you can see, maybe not, let's see. I don't know if you can see that there's like a gash when I hit a curb too fast, I guess. Again, well, the side of the curb anyway. Well, that's the problem when you're driving at night with headlights and your glasses are too foggy to see where you're going. Oh, and lastly, my helmet. I forgot my helmet. The cool thing about this helmet is you can take the visor, and especially if you're like me, you're wearing glasses, you can put that over your glasses so you don't have to take it off. And of course, my old miracle, or miracle, I don't know how you pronounce that. It's real glass. It doesn't distort the image, so I can tell how far back they are. You don't have to squint too much. So I think that's about it. Thank you, and thank you for tuning, and have a good day.